More people than ever are leaning into a pescatarian lifestyle, whether it's better for heart health, sustainability, or just trying to eat cleaner without going full vegan. But finding a delivery service that actually supports that kind of diet can be surprisingly tough. Most companies will toss in one or two shrimp dishes and call it a day, which gets so boring so quickly. You need a service that actually understands seafood diversity. So today I'm putting HelloFresh, CookUnity, and Home Chef to the test. I'll break down their menus, ingredient quality, and pricing to help you figure out which box is actually going to keep your diet exciting week after week. Let's jump on in. Now, starting with HelloFresh, and honestly, this one's probably the easiest to get into, because if you enjoy cooking, but you want to skip the whole walk around the grocery store for an hour hunting for ingredients thing, HelloFresh really takes all that off your plate, so you can focus on just actually making the meal. And once you choose the Pescatarian plan, their menu automatically adjusts, which is great because everything you see is already either seafood friendly or plant-based. You're not checking labels, digging into ingredient lists, or worrying about accidentally adding a chicken dish. It just feels a lot more effortless than other kits, where you have to constantly be filtering things yourself. Each week you get a box with pre-measured ingredients and simple recipe cards. Most meals will take anywhere between 20 and 45 minutes, which is perfect if you like home-cooked food, but you don't want to spend all night in the kitchen. And on busier evenings, options like easy prep, quick meals, and one-pan dinners make things even faster with minimal cleanup. But the biggest selling point here, especially for pescatarians, is the variety. You get access to over 100 meals and extras every single week. And the Pescatarian filter actually gives you a surprisingly large set of choices, way more than the handful of seafood dishes you'll see with some other services. It helps keep things fresh, so you don't get bored after a couple of weeks. Now, price-wise, HelloFresh is pretty reasonable for what you get. Meals usually start at around $13 per serving, sometimes even less with promos or bigger plans, and shipping is a standard flat $11. So overall, if you want a simple, reliable way to stay on track with pescatarian meals, and you don't mind doing a little bit of cooking, HelloFresh gives you the most variety with the least hassle. It makes weekly meal planning way easier. Now, CookUnity. It operates in a completely different lane, because unlike HelloFresh, where you're doing all the legwork, here there is zero cooking required at all. These are fully prepared, chef-crafted meals. You just heat, eat, move on with your day. But the real selling point here is the quality. We aren't talking about standard frozen microwave meals. These arrive fresh and chilled. If you love restaurant quality food, but hate the 45-minute prep time, this is easily one of the strongest options available. Once you sign up, you'll set your dietary preferences, pescatarian of course included, and from there, you'll get access to a rotating menu of over 300 meals, each one tied to a specific chef. So you'll see names like Herb Roasted Salmon by Jose Garcia's, or Mediterranean Cod by Be Well by Chase Evans. It gives the meals a nice personal touch, and you can start to pick favorites over time. Prep is super simple. You literally just heat it in the microwave or oven, and that's it. There's no kits, no chopping, no mess whatsoever. Now, price-wise, it is definitely going to be on the higher end. Meals typically range from around $12.50 if you order a big plan, to closer to $14 if you're only getting a few. But the idea here is you're not doing any work. CookUnity handles everything, including the shopping, the cooking, and the cleanup. So if convenience is your top priority, and you're looking for food that tastes like it came from a high-end restaurant, CookUnity is an easy win. Just keep in mind, it is more of a premium service, and that is reflected in the price. And if you want to give any of these meal delivery services a try, then you can check out the affiliate links down in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything extra whatsoever, but we might earn a small commission on it, and it really does help out the channel. And sometimes we can even get you some special deals there that you wouldn't find if you went directly through their website. And now, Home Chef is kind of the middle ground here, because it's still a meal kit service like HelloFresh, but it takes a noticeably different approach by putting a much bigger focus on flexibility, both in how you cook and in what you end up eating. So if you're someone who likes having options, or you just want a little more control over what shows up in your box each week, this might be the one that matches your style the most. Right from the start, you're choosing between a bunch of different prep styles, which is one of the biggest selling points here. They've got the standard meal kits where you cook everything yourself, but they also offer oven-ready meals that come in a tray that you just pop in the oven, as well as express meals that shave down the prep time, and even fully prepared heat and eat meals that are ready to go in just a few minutes. So whether you're in the mood to cook or you just need something fast, you can tailor your weekly order to match how busy you are that week. And that's something that most other services just don't really do at this level. For pescatarians, Home Chef handles things a bit differently than HelloFresh, because instead of choosing a dedicated pescatarian plan, you'll set your diet preferences using their taste profile. Once that's done, you'll see meals marked with a little fish icon, and those are the ones that fit your diet. What's nice is if you see a recipe you like that almost works, the Customize It feature lets you swap proteins on a lot of different meals. So you can take a chicken dish and switch it into salmon or shrimp, or swap out steak for something seafood based. It opens up a lot more recipes, but it does mean you're doing a bit more menu management. Price-wise, Home Chef is actually one of the more affordable services, especially if you're ordering larger plans. Meals can start around $7 per serving, which is on the low end for meal kits. Smaller orders will usually jump up to closer to $8 per serving, and shipping is typically a flat $11. Pretty standard for this whole category. Main thing to keep in mind though is that the pescatarian experience here isn't as hands-off as it is with HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you pick the pescatarian plan and everything is curated automatically. With Home Chef, you're relying more on filters, icons, customizations. It's still totally doable. It just requires a bit more attention week to week. But if you're someone who values that mix of control, variety, and pricing flexibility, and especially if you like the idea of switching between full cooking days and lazy just heat and eat days, Home Chef can be a great fit. It really caters to people who want choices without committing to just one style of cooking all the time. So at this point, really each service brings something a bit different to the table, and which one makes the most sense really comes down to how much effort do you want to put in and how much structure are you looking for. If you're mostly after convenience and you don't mind spending a bit more, CookUnity is the easiest. No prep, no cleanup, just great food ready to go. And if you're after full control with the option to swap ingredients and pick from different styles, Home Chef gives you that. But if you're pescatarian and you just want something that's easy, consistent, ready to go each week without a bunch of filtering or customizing, HelloFresh is the easy choice. You got the largest menu of the group, everything is already sorted for your diet, and you're not paying extra for the convenience of pre-made meals. Plus, the dedicated pescatarian plan means your options are already filtered, so you spend less time figuring out what you can eat and more time just enjoying the meals. So if you're looking for a delivery service that's reliable, easy to use, and designed to support pescatarian eating without any extra hassle, HelloFresh is the best place to start. All right, that wraps up today's video. I really hope you found this all helpful. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to see more videos just like this. And like I mentioned earlier, check the links below for the best deals available right now. Also, if you're interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. If you have any questions or comments at all, drop them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Finally, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.